Cars and Coffee Las Vegas. We have Scott and this beautiful 62 double cab behind us. Would you tell me about your car?
Yes, it's a 1962 Volkswagen double cab transporter in olive drab green, recently restored. It's been a few year restoration, and finally got out here today and an opportunity to drive it with the family. It's been a long time project, and a lot of cool features, a lot of effort and time in the build. Heated seats, rag top, 4-wheel Porsche disc brakes, pretty much everything you could do to it to make it safe and reliable and fun to drive every day, like you would your new Porsche.
Where did you find this car?
I found this car around 12 years ago on the side of a gentleman's house in Old Henderson, Nevada, and I paid him $600 for it.
And so since then, you've been working on this car, and how much did you add afterwards? The time and money and all this?
I would say mainly my time, since I did the majority of the work myself on the build, and regarding I guess the money, a lot more than $600. We're in the probably closer to the 50,000 mark.
Wow. So what's the market value? I'm really new to this car, and how much is it worth right now?
Realistically, I wouldn't probably let it go for anything less than 80,000. If you're watching some of the stuff go through the auctions, depending on the year and the make and model of the Volkswagen and the bus, you're seeing some of the cars go through the auction at over 200. So, this particular model in this condition, roughly around 80,000.
Wow, I'm really speechless. And you mentioned about the seat warmer.
Yes.
That's definitely a good upgrade to add. Is it common to have?
It is not common. I haven't seen too many vintage vehicles running seat heaters in the front and the rear seats. I don't even see a lot of the newer cars running them in the rear seat. So to have them in the rear for my kids in the back seat and my wife in the front, it gives a nice feel when you're going on the highway in this early of a car. To feel like you have some of the creature comforts of something that you would buy today. So yeah, I guess it probably isn't too common.
Would you tell us about the engine? Do you mind to open up the hood and they just show us the engine?
Sure.
Yeah. Let's take a look.
Yes, the motor is actually a Type 4 power plant. It's a 2.9 liter Type 4 motor, 48 IDA Weber carburetors, roughly about 275 horsepower, and built to drive daily. So I can run this car down to California. We just drove down to Arizona for a car show and back with the family, and it's just we built it to drive it. So a lot of power, can hang with traffic, pass traffic, and probably pass some muscle cars as well.
Wow. Tell me about this engine.
So the motor again is a 2.9 liter Type 4 power plant, built to be a driver. I like to try to use this as much as I can, and on road trips and down to California, down to Arizona. So this type of a motor allows me to keep up with traffic, pass traffic at will whenever I need to. But it is still all VW. It's all VW components and parts, and so still factory. Just wouldn't be error correct for this car, but it's what we needed to make it run, the way it runs.
So how much horsepower do you get?
Roughly about 275 horse. So probably about 6 times more than stock. But yeah, it's fun. It's a lot of fun to drive, and it's a lot of fun to pull up next to like a new Mustang or a new Camaro, and kind of run right next to them, and when they try to leave you and they can't get away, it puts a big smile on my face and surprises a lot of people. That's probably the funnest part about it.
I heard there's a secret component, the storage unit underneath the car. Do you have it?
So on this particular model, on a double cab, the secret storage unit is called the treasure chest, and that's actually in the back seat of the vehicle, underneath the rear seat. On the single cabs, which is what this particular model is, this one actually has it underneath the bedside, underneath that door. So 2 different features of 2 different models, but German ingenuity at its best. I mean, it really is a cool feature. you know, to store all your camping gear or your lounge chairs or your seats or your coolers and not have anything in the vehicle, you know, other than underneath it. But, yeah.